Connection between creation and incarnation. One of the comments that was made above was that the idea of God's free creation of the universe out of nothing was affirmed by the church long before it received similar universally accepted status among the Jews. The reason for this is because of the remarkable connection between the doctrine of creation and the doctrine of the incarnation. As Christians, when we say that God created the universe out of nothing, we do not mean to speak of some kind of abstract concept of God, as if we could somehow separate the Creator God from the God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ. Instead, we're saying that the triune God is the God who created the universe. This is important as we remember that at numerous places in the New Testament, it is declared that nothing came into being except through the Son. There are two main consequences of this connection that will be taken up at this time. The first of these has already been alluded to in the chapter on the second person of the Trinity. Creation, like the incarnation, shows us that there is, in a sense, change in God. At some point, the universe came into existence, and before that point, there was nothing but God. Though God had been able to create for all eternity, he did not become creator as if he came to acquire an ability he did not have before. At that point, God freely chose to create, to bring something out of nothing, to fulfill the desire to not be God alone, but to have creatures with which to be in relationship. In such a reality, we see that God's freedom is such that God is free to do things that are absolutely new, even for God, and that God is fully capable of surprising us with the new things that are done. The other major point to address here is that by rooting all creation in the Son of God, that Son is excluded from that creation. If nothing came into being except through the Son is not created, but is rather the uncreated God. This in turn makes two smaller points. First, that the Son of God who took on flesh as Jesus of Nazareth is indeed equally co-eternal, equally divine as the Father, and there is no subordination within God. Secondly, that this is not true of creation. Creation is not God, but is rather a reality that is utterly distinct from God, even though God does indeed interact with creation. It is the second point that will be explored below.